Hello, everyone. This is Robin Carter. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out of Flower Mound, Texas. And today, my paper pumpkin box for July 2023 finally arrived. So, you probably might have already seen some of the contents, but as usual, I love to do an unboxing with you. So, all I have done is taken off the wrapper and my mailing label. But before we get started, let me thank those of you who have subscribed to my channel. I hope you enjoyed tips as well as the alternates that I share using paper pumpkin kits as well as other kits. And if you're brand new to my channel, or maybe you've watched a few of mine before, I would really appreciate if you would hit the subscribe button below. So stay tuned to this video because I'm going to share some coordinating products that I found waiting for this kit. I kind of went through my stash of things and found some paper pumpkin products that you may have if you've been a paper pumpkin subscriber for a while. So let's dig into this kit and see what we have. Okay, so here is the stamp set. And those of you who are subscribers of mine know that if you are a subscriber through me, you will get a sleeve, much like last month's, that you can store your stamps in to use over and over again for years to come. So here is the ink spot. It is Daffodil Delight. And let's get reading the stamp sets first off. Gotta flip them this way. We have a cute little bitty starfish. Sorry, I was crabby. Waving hello. ICSEA. Brighter days ahead. And sending an ocean of love. Wish you were here. Sending sunshine too. I like that. Hello, sunshine, and relax, you deserve it. That could be a good retirement sentiment right there. All right, so that is the stamp set, and as I always say, you want to test every stamp you ever get in, whether it's paper pumpkin or regular stamps you may order. So what I do is I take the flimsy part, take it off, and you can use this spot. However, I like to, for ease of purpose, use a full-size ink pad. So I've grabbed my gray granite ink pad just so you could see it. And then I'm going to use the label to stamp these on. And as you know, it's not going to be good stamping paper like the basic white, but this will at least make sure that all of our stamps are etched well. I have had a few in the past where it wasn't etched well, so I always tell people test these first because Stampin' Up! Will only guarantee these stamps for 90 days, or guarantee the products, I guess. Well, you'll be able to get them replaced within 90 days. Okay, so that looks good. I can see everything. I just may not have got much ink on that, and as you can tell, you really do need to use good, smooth stamping white paper to get good images on these. Now, much like our last kit in June with the vase, I can pretty much tell I'm going to have to go over this sunshine to get it where it'll stamp good. And what I like to use are these little white erasers. And so I will just go over it like that. And any other stamps that I may be having trouble with. And then before you stamp, you just want to make sure you get the eraser bits off. So that's just a tip before we get started on the kit. I'm going to put this back on there. And I don't have my sleeves made yet because I like to make sure my sleeves are the exact size of the stamps. All right, get the kit back over here. So, and my paper is sliding all over. Let me go ahead and add a little tape to this corner so my grid sheet won't slide all over my desk. Okay, so let's get started. Now, what I like to do is just, well, this one, let me pick it up. Usually I dump the box upside down. But let me get rid of the box. Now, when you get your kit, this is on top, but if you flip it over, this will be your instructions and the little flyer that comes with it. So I get my scissors, and I like to open it up where there's no product. That way I don't accidentally cut into my product. Get that started, and then I think I can tear it. More. Okay. All right, so it looks like we have tear and tape again at this time. Got dimensional backings, and then in this bag, some little bitty embellishments. Those are kind of flat, so don't miss those. They're kind of almost invisible. And as usual, I'm going to get these are the 5x7 poly envelopes that I like to use. It's part of my favorite things, and my favorite things are items that Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry, but it just really helps me in my craft room keep things organized or other things. So these will be in the description box below, and I am an Amazon affiliate, so the links will be safe. So they will lead you to the products that are my favorite things, and when you use those links to purchase through me, I get a few pennies back on each one, so I'd really appreciate your support if you want these items using that link. Okay, and here are our envelopes. Let's do the envelopes in a second. So these are card fronts. You know what, let me get out the instructions first of all and show you. I know they said these were going to be fun folds, so I have a feeling you add all these together, but as usual, I will try to make alternates with this kit. And the coordinating colors, are Azure Afternoon, Basic Gray, Crumb Cake, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, and Pool Party. So some nice bright colors for summer. I do like that. So let's get started. So I'm going to get some more of my sleeves out because as we get started, I'm going to try to put the components in as the cards say. So we have 3 of these. So this is the card front. And then we have some card bases, but let me get to all. They may have already separated them for us. So we have 3 of these, and these are die cut elements. You can see here they punch out right here, and this one right here. So let's add these 3 here. Those are just barely big enough. I think they did already separate them because I'm getting the card bases and then elements. Okay, and then these 3 here. Now these aren't going to fit, but I'm going to put these with my card bases, and let's look at those. So these are going to be fun folds, and they have some different score lines and cutting, and I'm sure the directions will help you figure out how to fold those. But soon the video will be out from Paper Pumpkin showing how they made it. Here is a good idea. I'm not going to bend mine yet in case I cut mine apart. So, but here are instructions, and as I said, they will have a video out, and maybe you can pause that over and over. But from my card bases, I found these, they're like 7x9 long envelopes. And so that's what I'm going to put those in so I don't lose them. So we have 3 like this. Okay, we have 3 like this. Some nice, I have a feeling I know what that would go down and that would go up. But as I said, I'm not going to fold them in case I cut them apart to make my alternates. And then 3 like this. Little clouds in the background, the ocean, and the sand. Okay, and then I'm going to put these taller elements in this envelope. So this just helps me keep everything nice and tidy. Things tend to disappear. It looks like we have some more elements I didn't get to yet. I love this umbrella. And of course the surfboards, those are cute. And the beach ball. Wouldn't it have been fun to get a beach ball stamp? So 3 of these. Let's see if they fit in. Nope, they're too big, so they have to go in this envelope. And then some other cute die cuts. Now here is this a crab or a lobster? I think a crab, because it says Crabby Day. And look, even its little fingers are cut. Can you see that? Okay, some teeny tiny seashells, flip-flops, sunglasses, and starfish already done for you. Okay, so out of my little envelopes that I brought over, some nice labels. I love flags with the color on it. And then, oh look, some beautiful chairs. Now, if you are a Scan and Cut owner, I bet you we can make more of these cute little chairs. So I will probably do that. But we'll start with what we have first. Okay, so let me get these in here so I don't lose these. Oh, and some dimensional, or not dimensional, some glue dots. So no dimensionals this time. That's surprising. We usually always get dimensionals. I will probably add dimensionals, just fair warning, so you maybe have a stash from before. Now, before we finish, I want to show you what I will probably be doing to the envelope. The card bases are pretty as they are, so I don't know about, my brain's been trying to think of alternates while I'm talking to you, but here is something we can use. So what I do with the envelopes, and by the way, it is all the way blue. I guess that's azure afternoon. So I take the envelopes and I get my trimmer out, and then I take just a small sliver off, okay, at that end. And then since I'm going to pull to the bottom, I'll bring my trimmer in view. You always want to pull your blade in the direction where your paper is going to sit against a solid surface. So since I'm pulling down, I'm setting it against the bottom. And the other one I pulled towards the top. So that's all you need to open up your envelopes. And then you have this pretty, oh, I was hoping it was going to be like a wave. It is solid afternoon azure. Azure. I think that's right. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. But you know which color I'm talking about. So not much to work with here other than a solid cardstock color. So we'll see if I come up with anything for that. And these are all the same. So we have 9 envelopes. Okay, so I said I was going to share some products. So let me share some things I found that are paper pumpkin. So I found this A Little Smile stamp set, and it has a bigger starfish, some sand dollars, and if you were a part of this kit, well, a seaweed stamp, but there were some extra pieces that I had, like some vellum seaweed. So you may want to pull that out if you have it. They also had some nice sparkly sand dollars. They gave us quite a bit. They were quite generous with that kit. And then I have stamped some, just to give you an idea of what you can make. This was Great Granite, which I think I liked. I didn't stamp that one that well. And this is crumb cake. So that would be able to add some more sea animal. And as I said, some nice seaweed here, as well as sentiments. So this kit was from June of 2019. Now, it was also in the kits collection for a long time, so you may have grabbed it up. Last time I looked, only the French version of this was there, but if you wanted the extra sea animals, you would get that stamp set if that kit is still available. All right, so there's one. Now, just last month, we got this, and I said, minus the flowers, that would be kind of some interesting seaweed, so maybe you could cover up the flowers with sea animals or something like that. And then this one surprised me. So On My Mind from July of 2019, that was the month right after this one, we had this interesting seashell. So, and then of course, one of my favorites stamp sets to use, You Are My Anchor, and this is from 2018. And it has some bitty starfishes, but a nice lighthouse, as well as some birds. I use those birds a lot. And then some other sentiments. So these are some paper pumpkin items that I found. But if you're more of an avid crafter, which I like to do avid cards, I've also brought in this season, I'll probably be bringing in, I should say, the Season of Chick cards. Now, my video before this, I did an unboxing of the Boho Beach set. And here's just some cards I created using the shells and the die cuts from this set here. So I found it interesting. So the card bases are front and back solid, and what you can do to get a little more detail is actually die cut your starfishes out of that paper to do that as well. But here's some ways I use those seashells. So I'll probably be adding those to these cards as well. So I like those. All right, so that is it for me today. So until I see you next time with hopefully some alternates, I hope you've enjoyed this video and maybe found some tips for organizing your goodies. And have a crafty day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.